Bill Zeltman, America's real estate guru, coming to you today with 15 tips on working with your sphere of influence. Today is tip number 2. Who belongs in your SOI? Who is part of your sphere of influence? We talked about this a little bit in tip number 1. It's the people that you're closest with. They belong there, but it's also people that maybe you see once a year at a holiday party, your auto mechanic, all these types of different people. So who belongs in there? We're going to go through some examples, and this is not an exhaustive list. It's only to get your brain thinking as you've now put pieces of paper around your house with pens next to them, where when you go by them and you think of somebody that you know, you put their name on those sheets to build that sphere of influence. Past coworkers. Even if your last job was waiting tables, I don't care what you did, get your past coworkers' names on that sphere of influence. Your friends. Yes, even people you knew in high school, people you haven't seen in 20, 30 years, get their names on that piece of paper. You never know if they might be looking to buy or sell a house, and this is your job now to reconnect with them and to build that sphere of influence out. Your spouses or partners' coworkers. So if your husband or wife works for a company, get the people that they work for's information. Okay, be careful about this. Obviously, you don't want to get your spouse in trouble, but at the same time, get the people that they work with's names, phone numbers, email addresses. Get them in your sphere of influence. Your spouses and partners' friends. Maybe that you have, your wife or husband has a friend that you really don't even know, or maybe you don't like. Well, be careful with that one. But get their information. Get them in your sphere of influence. Again, these are people, if they like and trust your spouse, they're going to probably trust you for a real estate transaction. So what does that mean? If their friends ever ask them, hey, do you know anybody looking to buy or sell? They will also recommend you if you're reminding them systematically that you're in real estate. Get them in your list. If you have children, your kids' friends and their parents, depending on their, on their age and things like that, your kids' friends, if they're over 18, start getting their information in there. What about if you have younger kids? Get to know their parents. Go to school events. Get their information. Get them in your sphere of influence. Your kids' teachers and other workers at the school. Everybody from the cafeteria lady to the principal. Get their names. Get them in your sphere of influence. Your extended family. Oh, that long-lost crazy aunt that you haven't talked to in 20 years. Reconnect. Get her in your database. Your neighbors. Walk around your neighborhood. You should be acting as if you're mayor of your neighborhood anyway, and we'll talk about that in other trainings that we do. But it's so important that your neighbors not only know that you're in real estate, but that you stay in touch with them and keep them up to date on what's happening in real estate in your neighborhood. Friends and acquaintances from any social groups, such as the neighborhood association, the Rotary, the PTA, Freemasons, whatever groups that you're a member of, get to know those people and get every one of their names in your database and make them a part of your sphere of influence. And then anyone that you interact with regularly. I said auto mechanic before, and that was one example. But that could mean somebody that you only talk to every couple months. Your hairstylist, your accountant, your doctor, your dentist, the hygienist, even your bank teller. Get these people in your sphere of influence. The more people that you have in your sphere of influence and you build relationships with, the more people you will have out working for you, not only for their own real estate business, but when they know people that are looking for a realtor, looking to buy or sell a house, they'll recommend you. So let's keep this sphere of influence building and growing. This has been tip 2 of a 15 sphere of influence tips that we're going to give you. Again, my name is Bill Zeltman, America's real estate guru, and we'll see you next time with tip number 3.